you just really, really need to see the footage, if I'm looking at Laura, for example, rather than doing this, I could stand out to the side over here and tell you to look out there when you talk. But you want to talk about like not being able to say yeah while someone talks. That's a communication barrier, right? Because all of a sudden you're talking to nobody out there. Right? And so that's a weird thing to try to do to somebody. So this is better, but this takes practice. This takes practice because you have to be able to figure out kind of with your eyes, am I getting on footage, and like maybe being able to stop the interview partway through it, cut it after like 2 minutes and make sure that you're holding it in the right place. Otherwise, you're going to need to go back and reshoot that footage, or you're not going to have a whole lot of A-roll to show. So now, if you want to remedy some of the problems of that, stand a little further away from them because you're more likely to not cut off the top of their head or things like that if you're staying a little further away. But what the sweet spot really for you is being in the exact right distance, but also being able to do a little bit of this, and that takes practice. It's one of the reasons I'm having you do this thing with glass, where you're having to record things at the same time, because you have to kind of get used to. It's like the force. You have to get used to being able to not trust your eyes, right? Yeah, or being able to tie your head above your tummy. Yeah.
No, because I was like trying to like look at things too, and so I was looking at the glass and my eyes going down here.
Yeah. You're like, right? That's how it works. A couple other things to keep in mind when you're doing this technique. Your microphone is down here, where your charge cord is. So if you're like rubbing your finger right here, you know, or like fumbling with it, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have that sound in your audio. It's going to sound really strange. So make sure when you're holding it, try to hold it like this. And learn to press with your pinky. That's my tip of the day for that. Okay? Last thing. Okay? Try to make sure you're staying on one side of the subject when they're talking. Don't switch views on it. It's really disorienting if you're going to do like this to then do it with your left hand. Okay? They call it keep crossing the line of action. That's kind of what you're. Don't violate the rule of the person's looking in a direction. You want to stay on the side. Now, for B-roll, get all around. Okay? All right, so here's what I want you to do. Because that editing didn't take too long. I'd like you to practice the 5-shot technique on your partner. Okay, so one person film for one, and then switch. Okay, get the footage you need, plug in your cameras, download it, and just do a very quick cut of the 5-shot technique. I want you to practice this. Okay? This is going to culminate with another assignment. I want you to do another one on Monday with somebody here on campus. And I want you to find something visually interesting. No typing on a keyboard. That's boring. Okay? Find somebody out doing something cool. Like, I don't know, like people planting flowers or, you know, whatever. Like, pick something really, really visually interesting and use that 5-shot technique. But I want you to practice it here first so you can get a sense of how this looks. Okay? So practice your partner, shoot the footage.